Hello, Steve White, TrekBoy89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, I had to do this video in response to another video from a YouTube channel. I won't refer to them by name, but let's say they're a very worldly Trek channel. And they just did a video about the loss and recovery of the Freefoot, Enterprise model from the original Star Trek series. Now, they've been covering this, and the other videos are pretty good, but this one got really nasty. Basically, the Enterprise model was given to Gene Roddenberry by Paramount when he returned to Paramount to work on Star Trek Phase 2 in around 1973. And then he was asked for it by someone in the art department or the effects department. They were working on either Phase 2 or Star Trek the Motion Picture. And he apparently gave it to Mr. Katzenberg, and they gave it directly to someone at Robert Abel and Associates who were working on Star Trek the Motion Picture. I don't know if they started off working on Phase 2 and then moved over to the motion picture, or if they were only working on the motion picture. But he apparently gave it to someone there, and he never got it back. So it was either lost or stolen. And Gene never really called it stolen, but Majel did say it was stolen after the fact. But yeah, it just sort of disappeared and no one knew where it was, and people suspected it was in a private collection. And if you had an item like that, you wouldn't be able to show it, you wouldn't be able to display it, you wouldn't be able to give it to museums to display, or have it, on your coffee table as a conversation starter. If you're going to steal something like that, something unique, an art piece like that, something there's only one of, you have to basically put it away somewhere. So basically what happened was this person who said Gene sold them the item when they were working in the production, the art department of I think the motion picture, he said that he bought it and then he stuck it in a storage unit for 40 years, which I feel was to hide it because he couldn't display it because everyone knew it was stolen. So I believe he stole it, and he told his wife that he bought it to explain how he had it. And now his daughter, who wasn't even alive at the time, is now saying that that's her item, she's entitled to it. He bought it off Gene, legally, and she, I think, now is trying to sue the Heritage auction company for giving the item over to Gene Roddenberry. Rod Roddenberry. So why would he take this woman's word over it? Because she's talking to him directly, and he's got like a source for the article. Now he feels really important or something. She is a nobody. She's a relative of a nobody, and the fact that he's sort of elevating her above Gene Roddenberry and saying that he basically sold this item for money, he was a well-paid executive working on a network show, the revival of Star Trek, which then phased into, a major motion picture for Paramount, and he had a good relationship with Paramount at that time when it was stolen and when it went missing. Why would he do that? He didn't need to do that, and he said he didn't need to lie about it. Everyone knew he'd been given the item, the model from Paramount, so he could have sold it if he wanted to. He wouldn't have had to have lied about it. And he was saying, he kept harping on, why didn't he lodge a police report? Maybe because the people that he gave it to, who lost it or kept it and basically had stole it, were people he was working with, and were working on the production of Star Trek the Motion Picture. So, reporting your co-workers for, stealing is not really going to look good, in the media. So he just had to let it go. And clearly that's what happened. It's really clear to me what happened here. This person who was working on the production team took it and didn't give it back, or maybe one person in the department sold it to another person in the department, it's unclear, and kept it, but then had to hide it and couldn't display it because it was known to be stolen. But they didn't want to give it up, but they couldn't sort of have it out, so it just languished away in a storage locker until the person who owned that storage locker, was renting that storage locker, stopped paying, and then it got sold off, in which case they lose all ownership to it. But now this person apparently is trying to sue or something because they believe they basically got ripped off because they should have been able to sell this item because it was theirs, when I'm pretty sure it was never theirs in the first place. It may have been left to them, but it was left to them by someone who allegedly stole the item. So I just find it really sad that some people have such issues with Gene, and they're always trashing him and bad-mouthing him, that they have to either bring up his relationships or, his early sort of merchandising deals with Star Trek and stuff like that to undermine who he was as a person and undermine, what he created with Star Trek. And I just find it really sad that this person is supposedly a Star Trek fan from this, worldly Trek channel, would choose this woman over Jean, take her word over him, and trash him just so they can do a video and make it sound like they've got a scoop and they know the inside story. And you just tell he was just so enjoying the gossip and feeling so important. And it was just really cringe and gross. And I needed to do a video to vent about it and have some YouTube therapy because it really made me angry and upset. And I'm glad it was found. I'm glad Rod got it back. And I don't think this woman is entitled to anything other than scorn and judgment. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Naturally, I don't know if any of this is true because I wasn't there. It's all my opinion, but I think it's pretty clear.